on this season of Flex Appeal.
You're going to Bonita Springs.
You are going to Bonita Springs.
Hello, my name is Brian Ludwig. I'm Vice President, Brand Director of Packaging Impressions at NAPCO Media. I've been in the industry 32 years, mostly in the packaging and printing industries. This is my first year as a judge at FPA. I was extremely honored to be asked. I've seen a lot of very interesting, very incredible packaging this week. I've learned a lot from my fellow panelists, and I'm just really happy to be announcing the results soon. I'd like to introduce my fellow judges, Marty Goldman and Jim Peters, and we will be kicking off this event shortly. Thank you.
I'm Marty Golden. I've been in the packaging arena for over 40 years in consumer, medical, and healthcare packaging. I also had the opportunity over the last 9 years to teach in the Rutgers packaging program as an adjunct professor. And I was extremely honored to be asked to join in the FPA judging for this year. And here I am, and had a wonderful experience so far with my colleagues, both Brian and Jim.
I'm Jim Peters. I'm a marketing communications consultant who's really focused in my career on the packaging industry. And what this has done is kind of given me an overall view of the scope of packaging, from the technical end to the point of perception to the point of use on the package. I've really enjoyed looking at the packages and the competition from that perspective, seeing all the interesting things that are being done. And yeah, I look forward to talking with everybody a little bit about the results and some of the good stuff we've seen.
So Marty and Jim, we looked at a lot of specific categories this week on some incredible packaging. Marty, can you tell me what one category kind of stood out for you that you felt was very impactful in the packaging that we've seen?
Well, I think the sustainability aspect really was an outstanding area to focus on amongst our discussions and review of the packaging, and how that kind of floated into the technical and innovation, the printing, and the overall excellence of the package that we were reviewing.
I agree, the sustainability aspect and the way that it permeated so many of the entries, and you're going to see this in some of the winners, is the way it was a total process, looking from the technical angle all the way to how something is used in its final use environment to be sustainable. And that's what I found most impressive about the competition.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Sustainability was definitely a standout and a very popular category.
I was most impressed on the international flavor that had. You know, affluence is rising throughout the world, and what we're seeing, at least what I'm seeing, is a growth of packaging to upscale things.
With fantastic graphics and shelf appeal and things like that, absolutely.
Fully agree.
They definitely moved upscale. Printing was a critical category in the vast majority of the entries that we reviewed, and it was fantastic. Jim, was there anything that really kind of jumped out at you?
The degree to which printing technology has risen is incredible.
And the neat part about it, that technology is continuing to refine itself for the future.
Absolutely.
We were talking about, technology of flexography and how that's grown from a two-color to multicolor, line screen from 100 to 300, high definition, and the combination of printing technologies, digital flexogravure. So it's evolved immensely.
And digital, we're really starting to see an impact
on the use of the digital on the short run, on the very specific promotional packaging. It wasn't a lot of years ago that was just kind of never land wish kind of stuff. And now it can be executed regularly.
And the key with that is I think brands are really starting to develop that digital capability thinking in their product development, in their packaging design. Shelf appeal, of course, is extremely important. Shelf appeal is where the product really engages with the consumer. It is the first and last contact that product and that brand and all the work they've done previously to build that brand comes in contact with the consumer and engages with the consumer.
Shelf presence today is extremely important. How that package looks on shelf, what attracts the consumer's eyes to interact with the package. So yes, the graphics are a vital part of it, the messaging from a marketing perspective, and also barcoding, QR codes. All these are important elements for packaging in the future, whether it's a retail, an e-commerce, or even a club store environment. The packaging is the silent salesperson. However, it's not silent anymore with the interactability of the consumer to the package itself.
I have actually latched on to a new term in this judging. One of the things that was a big part of my consulting practice was shelf impact, and realized that today the thinking goes beyond just the shelf. And so I started using a couple of times the term point of perception. Because if you get into the medical field, if you get into the industrial field, it's not just that the package is on the shelf. How does it help the end user at that point when they first perceive the package? You know, color coding in medical packaging as a way to enhance safety. And that was a learning for me. So nowadays I'm beginning to think not in terms of just shelf impact, but point of perception wherever that may be.
Nuances in working under the surface of the package with the structure, the printing technology, the sustainable material technology, the innovation, how that all comes together from a converting process are all the silent partners in the finished package.
You know what else too that I noticed or I picked up on was the trend towards big box and bulk kind of products. So we've seen some things that typically would not be viable in other packaging forms, but you can in a larger sack and pouch, or a lot of the pre-ready meals that have different pouch components inside of one. In the food and beverage sectors, that is a huge growing segment.
Just the term packaging simplicity, of taking a multiple component package that's on the market today and paring it down to one or two components.
Well, thanks Marty and Jim, those were some excellent comments. We're now going to move ahead with the 2022 Flexible Packaging Achievement Awards. This year we have a record number of entries, so let's get on with it.